BWF Solicitors, we take pride in our client service. As a niche law practice, we are conscious of the demands of our clients. We always offer a friendly, listening ear and sympathetic attitude. We've worked with thousands of people all across the UK in all areas of personal legal services. We have received great feedback and reviews from our clients. We are located at Seven Sisters in Tottenham on the 4th floor of the Anna House, right on top of the Victoria Line train station for your utmost convenience. We have a friendly office and provide all of the refreshments necessary while you wait to see a lawyer. We are dedicated to our clients and have a successful record of serving our clients. Solicitors of England and Wales are of high quality and are bound by the highest professional standards. We are officers of the court and are bound by standards of integrity, competence and conduct as part of our responsibility to uphold rule of law. Our solicitors and lawyers care about your case and are committed to providing the best possible service to you in the most considerate and careful manner. We hold 2 Law Society quality marks. Law Society accreditation helps to demonstrate that we have attained the requisite standard in the area of law and have the requisite expertise. BWF Solicitors, we're here to help you with your legal services when you need us.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are all over the world. Happy New Year once again to all of you. I hope you are all keeping well. Thank you for joining me on Heritage TV, Hanging Out with Vicky, and it's a Legal Hour show. Today, as usual, we have a representative from BWF Solicitors. She's a senior, she's a partner and a solicitor at BWF Solicitors. May I also remind you that you can send in your contributions, your views via all our social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, all the social media handles, and I'll be able to pick your questions up and pass it on to Lawyer Eunice. This show is sponsored by BWF Solicitors, Victon Estates, and Eagle Heights International School. May I also say a very big thank you to Queen Estery for sponsoring my costume this afternoon. If you need something similar like what I'm wearing, please do not hesitate and contact me on 0744 8619 711, and I'll be able to pass on your message to her for her to speak to you about whatever you need. Queen Esther Designs, they are the best in London. So today we are talking about EEA family permit for spouse. And let me quickly introduce our learned solicitor, Lawyer Eunice. You are welcome to Hanging Out with Vicky on Heritage TV. How are you doing?
I am doing well. Happy New Year, Vicky. Yeah, Happy New Year. I hope you were able to do something nice with the family for the new year.
I'm aware that yes, busy of late, especially
Yeah.
from December to date. You've been so busy with so many applications, but yet found time to be with us. That's something that we do appreciate the sacrifice.
Yes. We thank God it's true. As you said, we have been busy. So we thank God that at least we get to enter into a new year, and we are also hoping and praying for a better year than the last one that has just gone by. And we know that as we've started this new year, it is only God that can see us through past this current COVID challenge that we have. and the other challenges that have come as an effect of COVID-19. But I know that God is in control, so we have something better to look forward to. Yeah.
So let's do this. To begin with, who are extended family members of EA nationals and how are they defined under the law?
Okay. So when we say spouse is anybody who is a male or female that you are obviously married to. So if an EA national is married, then the partner is known as the spouse. And that spouse, previously from our regulation 2016, which is the immigration EEA regulations 2016, a family member can include a spouse. And so if that spouse wants to join their EEA national who is currently in the UK, then they would be applying as a spouse under the previous EA regulations definition. And now we have our Appendix EU, which is basically our EEA regulations 2016 being transposed or being made effective within our immigration rules. So currently within our immigration rules, we have Appendix EU, which applies to EA nationals and their family members, which includes their spouses. And you would realize that a lot of the time, we mentioned that we make applications for either direct family members or extended family members. And a spouse is a direct family member of the EA national. So as well as the children and the parents and the grandchildren who are directly related to the EA national, a spouse is also a direct family member of an EA national who can apply. And within our Appendix EU, they will be known as close family member. So they can apply and then be granted family permit under our current Appendix EU family permit. And so they would be making that application in line with the Rule 3 and also Rule 6 of our current Appendix EU Appendix EU rules. And then they will be making the application as a close family member who will be coming to join their EA national who is currently residing in the UK and has also made an application under the EU settlement scheme to continue residing in the UK, whether it's pre-settled or settled status, regardless of what the EU national currently has, they can apply for their spouse to join them in the UK.
Extended family members, Ines.
So sorry, I missed most of it. I think my line was just cutting off.
After 31st December 2020, will EEA nationals living in the UK be able to bring their extended family members to the UK?
Oh, not. So currently, as the law stands within our Appendix EU, if somebody who is living in the UK as an EEA or EU national wants to bring an extended family member, unfortunately, they wouldn't be able to bring that person because of the fact that within our Appendix EU, the provision for extended family members has not been made. And so they would have to obviously have other means by which they'll be able to bring those extended family members. So if for any reason they were not able to make the application for any extended family members before the 31st of December, then of course not, they cannot apply now to bring any extended family members. And extended family members are what we call people who are not directly related to the EU national. So a person who we would usually call a brother or a sister, or an aunt or an uncle, a cousin. It could be a nephew, a niece, and in some instances, a child that has been adopted or a child that is being cared for by the EEA national. So all these people that I've mentioned obviously come under the category of extended family members. And as of the 31st of December at 11 p.m., those applications for extended family members are no longer applicable. And if for any reason that person is residing in the UK and they were not able to make that application as an extended family member, then unfortunately they would not be able to make that application under our current Appendix EU, which we find under our immigration rules.
Proud to the end of the year, we had a program purposely for this, for people, EEA nationals living in the UK who would like to bring their family members in here to the UK. And we did so much. I think we discussed this twice before the end of the year. So anybody who might have missed it probably is at their own cost, because we did try our very best to inform everyone. If you need to bring your relative to the UK, you have to do that by the 31st December 2020. Lawyer Eunice, I've got a question that's coming from Ike. He is saying that I'm a Spanish national living in the UK, and I have been looking after my niece and nephews for the past 2 years. Can I bring them to the UK?
Okay, so in this case, if that person has been living here and is currently looking after their cousins, and he's looking after them and he's thinking, do you know what, for some reason I am not able to leave them where they are, so I need to make sure that as much as possible I look after them, then yes, please. That was currently, or should I say that was previously, that person could have brought them before the 31st. But as it stands now, they would be unable to make that application as nephews. If they want to make application on the other routes, maybe students, for instance, there's a route for children who can apply as students, then yes, of course, they can make those applications to bring the children or the nephews who are currently in the country where they are residing. So, yes, I think that unfortunately the time has passed for them to make those applications, but I think that if they wanted to make applications based on the alternative routes, then of course those routes will be available to them to then make the application. Yeah.
All right. Well, Eunice, I've got another question here. My brother is a Dutch national living in the UK. I came to the UK about 8 months ago and would like to find out whether I can make an application based on him based on his brother who is a Dutch national?
Obviously, unfortunately, like I said before, because the deadline has passed, unfortunately, he will not be able to make the application based on his brother, because that brother is an extended family member, as I said. And so, unfortunately, they will not be able to make that application. It will be based on the fact that obviously he's now living in the UK. Maybe if he has other family members, then he can obviously rely on those other family members to be able to make the application. He hasn't really said much, but I think that if there are other family members, like a child or a spouse, then of course they can make the application based on those other family members, rather than the brother, because if they haven't previously done the application before the 31st of December, then unfortunately that would not be possible now.
Viewers, this is the legal. Like to send in your questions, you would like to contribute to the program, just feel free to send it to us via all our social media handles at Heritage TV. I believe we would like to take a little break and just get BWF on there with their advert, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
At BWF Solicitors, we take pride in our clients' service. As a niche law practice, we are conscious of the demands of our clients. We always offer a friendly, listening ear and sympathetic attitude. We've worked with thousands of people all across the UK in all areas of personal legal services. We have received great feedback and reviews from our clients. We are located at Seven Sisters in Tottenham on the 4th floor of the Anna House, right on top of the Victoria Line train station, for your utmost convenience. We have a friendly office and provide all of the refreshments necessary while you wait to see a lawyer. We are dedicated to our clients and have a successful record of serving our clients. Solicitors of England and Wales are of high quality and are bound by the highest professional standards. We are officers of the court and are bound by standards of integrity, competence and conduct as part of our responsibility to uphold rule of law. Our solicitors and lawyers care about your case and are committed to providing the best possible service to you in the most considerate and careful manner. We hold 2 Law Society quality marks. Law Society accreditation helps to demonstrate that we have attained the requisite standard in the area of law and have the requisite expertise. BWF Solicitors, we're here to help you with your legal services when you need us. BWF Solicitors, we take pride in our clients' service. As a niche law practice, we are conscious of the demands of our clients. We always offer a friendly, listening ear and sympathetic attitude. We've worked with thousands of people all across the UK in all areas of personal legal services. We have received great feedback and reviews from our clients. We are located at Seven Sisters in Tottenham on the 4th floor of the Anna House, right on top of the Victoria Line train station for your utmost convenience. We have a friendly office and provide all of the refreshments necessary while you wait to see a lawyer. We are dedicated to our clients and have a successful record of serving our clients. Solicitors of England and Wales are of high quality and are bound by the highest professional standards. We are officers of the court and are bound by standards of integrity, competence, and conduct as part of our responsibility to uphold rule of law. Our solicitors and lawyers care about your case and are committed to providing the best possible service to you in the most considerate and careful manner. We hold 2 Law Society quality marks. Law Society accreditation helps to demonstrate that we have attained the requisite standard in the area of law and have the requisite expertise. BWF Solicitors, we're here to help you with your legal services when you need us.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for still staying with us throughout the show. If you just joined us, this is Heritage TV hanging out with Vicky, and today, as usual, is the Legal Hour show with our legal firm BWF Solicitors. This program is sponsored by BWF Solicitors Victim Estates and Eagle Heights International School. As I previously said, the topic is EEA family permit for spouse. And with me today is our learned solicitor and partner of BWF Solicitors, Laura Eunice. I think I've oh dear. Oh wow, Laura Eunice, welcome back.
Hello.
Yes, Laura Eunice. I've got one of our viewers who's brought in this question. She's saying that I've been living with my partner who is from Austria for about 1.5 years. She is due to have her first child in 2 months' time. Can she still put in an application?
Okay, so if this is an Austrian national who wants to make an application for her child, then obviously she can make the application saying that she's an Austrian national living in the UK and her child is currently, let's say if it's Austrian, she's going to get a passport for this child who is going to be an Austrian national as well. So once she's made her pre-settled status application, they would grant the child the same as the parent. So usually, as with our previous immigration EEA regulation 2016, any child usually will be deriving the same status as their parents. So if the parent is a qualified person, which is somebody who is working or it's somebody who is self-sufficient or self-employed, then that person would usually qualify to apply for pre-settled. But currently under our immigration rules, Appendix EU, you have somebody who is currently residing in the UK as an EEA national, making the application saying that they've lived here for less than 5 years, and they can be granted pre-settled status or leave to remain as an EEA national living in the UK. and that will be applicable to the child as well.
Wow. Okay. What if they decide to get married? Can they still put in an application?
So if they are currently looking to get married, then that is obviously a good option, because then it means that the person who is now the spouse can make the application based on the fact that they are now married to this Austrian national, and they are making the application as a spouse. If you look at our Appendix EU, the Appendix EU stresses on the fact that you are making the application before the specified date. So if the person is making the application, the specified date is 31st of December. So if they were married before the 31st of December, then they will be making the application based on the fact that they were previously the spouse of that EEA national before the 31st of December. But if it happens that they were married after, or they are currently about to get married, then that means that they will be making the application based on our current immigration rules under Appendix FM. So they would have to meet certain requirements. So they will have to meet the relationship requirements. They have to show that they are in a genuine relationship, and obviously their relationship is subsisting. There are other requirements in terms of the relationship. Obviously, the fact that they are both over the age of 18, the fact that they've consented to be married as well, and other factors as well. But the main factor is to do with the fact that their relationship is genuine and subsisting, is continuing, and the fact that the person who is basically trying to rely on them has to also meet the immigration requirement. Very, very difficult if you haven't got any previous leave. So if you haven't got any previous leave and you are making the application to rely on the EA national, then there is something that we call exceptional circumstances, or EX1. So EX1 gives you a cushion or a couch to rely on. You are going to have to explain to them that because you're not able to meet, let's say, this immigration requirement, you are going to rely on the fact that you have a child together, and therefore it will be unreasonable for this child, who is either British or is either settled in the UK, so they may have settled status just like the Austrian national, is going to find that it's going to be difficult for that child to continue to remain in this country if they don't have this personal care or this parental care provided to them by their mother, for instance. If there isn't a child, the other option under EX1 is to show that because you are in a relationship with this person who is Austrian, they would have to show that they cannot, this person who is settled or Austrian cannot continue to reside in the UK, and they would have to travel with you to the country where you are from. And there has to be something that they call insurmountable obstacle. And so they're trying to say that as much as possible, if there isn't any great difficulty, or if there isn't any medical illness, or if there isn't any medical situation, for instance, which will make it very hard for that person who is the Austrian national or settled person to go and live in the country where the spouse is from, then that means that unfortunately the application will be refused. Whereas if there was a child in the relationship, you could easily explain that it will be unreasonable for that settled child to be removed or to be taken elsewhere because the mother's application will be refused. So in making an application based on the spouse, they obviously need to seek legal advice in terms of whether they can meet the requirements, such as a genuine relationship, the immigration status requirements, the financial requirement of 18,600, and also the English language requirement as well. And if they are not able to meet the requirements, then unfortunately making an application as a spouse in the UK would be very difficult if the marriage was not before the 31st of December 2020.
So, Lawyer Eunice, for people like this who missed the 31st December deadline, what is the other alternative for such people?
So currently, a lot of things have also been changed within our immigration rules. Previously, you would have had the option of going back and just taking a sabbatical, probably if you're working, and saying, I want to go back to my country of origin for my husband to make an application for me. So you would have gone back to wherever you're from, and the person who is here in the UK would have been able to make the application because maybe he earns the 18,600 a year. You've been able to do the English language test. Your relationship is genuine and subsistent, so you can show your marriage certificate and other documents. But currently, as the immigration rule stands, one of the reasons for refusal is if, for instance, the person has come to live in the UK and has breached immigration conditions. So if you're an overstayer, you have breached immigration conditions, and therefore an automatic ban of 1 year applies. So now, if you were to go back to your country of origin, then it means that you would have to stay there for that 1 year period. And this law came into effect from the 1st of December 2020. So whereas before we would tell people, go and let the application be made for you and just come back. Now, from the 1st of December 2020, people who go back will have to obviously have that 1 year pass before they can make the application to apply as the spouse of, let's say, the EEA national who has gained pre-settled status or settled status in the UK.
Wow. That's something else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lawyer Eunice, if there's anything you want to add to what we've discussed today.
Okay. So
our viewers.
in terms of those that are looking to make applications for their spouses to join them in the UK. So, for instance, they've met somebody and they were married to the person. They haven't yet made the application for that person to join them in the UK. As I was saying before, if you were married to that person before the 31st of the 31st of December 2020, then you will have the opportunity to then make the application under our current EUSS or settlement scheme family permit. So you can make the application to let that spouse of yours, whether it's a husband or a wife, join you. If you have the marriage certificate, you have evidence of things that were done during the period that you were married, you can definitely make the application for that spouse to join you under our EUSS. And then that person will have to obviously show that you've been married. Maybe you have communications through WhatsApp or phone contact. You've traveled to go and see them ever so often, even before you were married and after you were married. So your travel itinerary and other documentation will help to show that your relationship with your wife is as genuine as you say it is. And that can help in terms of the application as well, because they want to assess that you had that relationship which existed before the 31st of December. So if you want to make that application, of course, you can make that application for that spouse to join you in the UK. And if that spouse, for any reason, is currently living in the UK, that application can also be made for the spouse to also have a regularized stay. So usually in this case they will be applying for 5 years leave to remain. And so the same is applicable. If they were married before the 31st of December 2020, they can still make the application under the EU settlement scheme to be granted pre-settled status or 5 years leave to remain. And then if for any reason you are in the same situation as somebody who is now going to get married, so their relationship was existing, but they are now going to get married. So after the 31st of December, that is when they have chosen to get married. If that is the case, then our Appendix FM of the immigration rules will kick in. So it means that they would have to show that they're in a genuine relationship. They will have to meet the financial requirements. They will have to meet the English language requirement, which also it will be the IELTS at a level A1. And so if that spouse were to join the EEA national in the UK, they will need to obviously do the tuberculosis, do the English language test. The spouse who is in the UK needs to show that they are earning at least 18,600 a year. Okay. So regardless of whether the EA national who is living in the UK has pre-settled status or settled status, they would be able to make the application for their spouse to join them in the UK as any other British national would be able to do the same. So yes, in terms of those that are looking to make those applications for their spouses, yes, do make those applications if the marriage was before the 31st of December. And if the marriage is going to be after, then it means that they will have to meet those other eligibility requirements, such as the relationship, the financial requirements, the English language requirements, for the spouse to be able to join them here in the UK.
Great. Now, Eunice, I know BWF is having another law education program, community law education program today at 4 o'clock. Can you tell our viewers if someone would like to join in the conversation? I know it's very educative. I have been listening and joining in on Facebook every Saturday, 4 o'clock. So if you could please also tell us a bit more, give us the details for anyone who would like to join live 4 p.m. on Facebook.
Okay, so we usually have our BWF programs that go on every Saturday on our BWF Live Facebook platform. So what happens is that at 4 p.m. every Saturday, we have our program from 4 to 6, and we do updates of what we've done during the week, and we make our community aware of the things that are pending, or the things that have come about as in regards to the law, and what they can do for themselves and what they can do for their family members in regards to the law. So today the topic will be on what next after Brexit, and so we have an interesting lineup, and I hope anybody who has Facebook can tune in, or they can just type in BWF solicitors, and once the program starts, they'll be able to join in to watch live. And also I think that those unfortunately who may not have Facebook, they may be able to get the link on our website as well, so they can watch out for that as well. Yeah, so every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. we do have our live videos that go on as well.
Okay, and please, your details for anybody who is you just watched you the first time today and would like to contact you. Please give us your details if anybody wants to contact you.
Okay, so for those who have listened today, or for anybody else who wants to share it to somebody and they need that legal advice, I would suggest that you call us and you make your appointments through our main office line, which is 0208 493 7340, and we are situated in Seven Sisters. So due to the COVID lockdown, we are not stressing so much on coming in, but if you do feel the need that you have to come in, we are keeping to the government's protocol of washing your hands. We offer the hand sanitizers, we have the face masks, and we try and keep the social distancing. So we are situated at Seven Sisters on the 4th floor of Anna House, 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road, London, and the postcode is N15 4NP. We are opened usually from Monday to Friday from 9:30 to 6 p.m. And if you want to give me a call out of office hours, you can on 075 35 81 3910. So as much as possible, we would like to make sure that everybody is safe and healthy and keep him well.
Thank you, Lawyer Eunice. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you are. On that last note, with Lawyer Eunice giving us her contact details, we've come to the end of this show. But definitely, we'll be back same time Saturday, 12 noon, to bring you more information on what is happening with your immigration issues. And definitely Lawyer Eunice will be back next Saturday with another interesting topic. As Lawyer Eunice said, if you have any immigration concerns, you need advice, do not hesitate and get in touch with BWF solicitors. When you go to their offices, they are so welcoming. They are very good, and I can attest to it. And they've also won so many awards. Since last year they won some awards, and the previous years. So that should tell you that it's a very good law firm. So if you have any immigration issues, I think they don't only do immigration issues. They do, is it family law, conveyancing,
employment? We do a bit of civil litigation as well. So yes, housing matters as well.
Wonderful. So as you've heard Lawyer Eunice say, they deal in a lot of areas. So just get in touch with them and see how best they can help you. And thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you so much. We adore you, we appreciate you, and I believe that you are still observing the government guidelines. We need you to stay alive. Here at Heritage TV, we cherish it so much. So on that note, I'll say have a lovely weekend, and we will see you next Saturday at 12 noon. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.
BWF Solicitors, we take pride in our client service. As a niche law practice, we are conscious of the demands of our clients. We always offer a friendly, listening ear and sympathetic attitude. We've worked with thousands of people all across the UK in all areas of personal legal services. We have received great feedback and reviews from our clients. We are located at Seven Sisters in Tottenham on the 4th floor of the Anna House, right on top of the Victoria Line train station for your utmost convenience. We have a friendly office and provide all of the refreshments necessary while you wait to see a lawyer. We are dedicated to our clients and have a successful record of serving our clients. Solicitors of England and Wales are of high quality and are bound by the highest professional standards. We are officers of the court and are bound by standards of integrity, competence and conduct as part of our responsibility to uphold rule of law. Our solicitors and lawyers care about your case and are committed to providing the best possible service to you in the most considerate and careful manner. We hold 2 Law Society quality marks. Law Society accreditation helps to demonstrate that we have attained the requisite standard in the area of law and have the requisite expertise. BWF Solicitors, we're here to help you with your legal services when you need us.